There are some subtle kind of filters that Cactus needs to engage, and Crystal Solario does some really interesting work. She's a CSU alum.
My name is Crystal Solario, and I'm the multicultural PR and content manager here at Cactus.
Which is a very cool title.
Yes.
What does that person do?
So this particular job, I focus in majority in media relations and public relations. And really public relations focuses in a lot of community outreach. And really what I do here for the majority of the campaigns, I focus a lot on the Hispanic efforts, the Spanish speaking side of the campaigns. So really my job is to assure that we are relaying the messages correctly to this audience in a culturally responsive way.
Now, Kyle Thornburg, also a CSU alum, is a writer and project manager, and this kind of nicely transitions us into a couple of different campaigns I want to talk about. Here's Kyle.
So my name's Kyle Thornburg, and I'm a copywriter and a project manager for Cactus and Grit.
Okay, what is a copywriter and a project manager? I know those are two separate things.
Right.
How do you describe those?
So with copywriting, I largely do, I'm like populating content on websites. So with the two projects that I work on, Man Therapy as well as You for CSU, anywhere that there's a space for content, I'm writing that, abiding by like the tone that we've established for that, whether that's humor or seriousness, but trying to find that brand and write with that voice. And then in project management, that's a new venture for me since coming on board with Cactus. So really getting to know the ropes there, but that's just making sure that everything in the office is moving through each team in a good time frame, and it's seeing the client, they're being able to be brought in for approval and stuff like that.
So let's talk about those two campaigns that Kyle just mentioned, Man Therapy and the You campaign. First, Man Therapy. The company's founder and CEO, Joe Conrad, was approached by people in the psychology community who explained that there's a huge problem in this country. Many men were suffering mental health issues, including depression, substance abuse issues, suicidal thoughts and tendencies, and yet there can often be a real stigma in the male world against reaching out for help. As Joe explains here, he realized there's something that he and his team could do, and so he acted.
I really do believe, because for 25 years we've been doing this kind of work of taking on hard to solve issues, and I've seen the power of creativity and innovation to solve for really anything. And so when we were approached with this challenge of suicide prevention among working age men, it was really overwhelming, because I sat back. I remember driving home one night thinking, man, have I bitten off more than we can chew? Is this really possible? Can an ad campaign, can a PSA, can a website actually positively impact this very complex and serious issue? If someone is considering suicide, can a website or an ad campaign really do something about that? And I had doubts. We wanted a place where guys could go that was anonymous and available 24/7 and use the power of digital to have a one-on-one immersive experience with an individual, and use humor as a bridge to broach a really challenging subject, and to communicate with guys, to get them to laugh a little bit, to get them to think about their own situation, to be introspective about their mental health, and to take an assessment, and then to get the results and face the music on, okay, these are real issues that I'm dealing with, and what now can I do about it as far as seeking resources? And all of that happens at mantherapy.org. So therapy really does happen because we help guys, be introspective, think about their own situation, do an assessment, read the results, and then develop an action plan of steps to take to address it. And so, and we do it all, using the latest digital technology and also just really good creative and branding and creative concepts and production quality that all the brands out there in the world that are successful use. We use those same techniques, but directed it towards a much more serious issue of men's mental health.
So let's go to mantherapy.org, and I would encourage you to do this. This is a PSA for them, and it'll kind of give you the tone and the feel for the humor.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
All right, so let's take a look at the introduction on the website and get more of a feel of what's going on here.
Did you know that men have feelings too? No, not just the hippies. All of us. Hello, I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Welcome to Man Therapy. Go ahead. This is your time. Click one of the buttons above to continue.
And so as you can see, you can learn more about Man Therapy. You can explore the site. You can have some psychological analysis done, and it all makes it easier than going in to see someone and maybe a bridging move on the move to therapy and counseling. And I just love this stuff. Here's Man Therapy Yoga.
Yoga isn't just for yuppies anymore. In fact, in Sri Lanka, it's the manliest way to relieve stress and depression. Watch as I demonstrate my favorite move, the majestic mahogany. Mother.
Yeah, I mean, so you can see the edginess of the humor. Some people may not get this, they may not like it, but it's been real effective with others, with many people. And it's not all fun and games. I mean, here's a testimonial from Man Therapy. It's much more serious.
Oh man, just take the armor off. Nobody's stopping you but you. There's plenty of guys out there that'll be willing to listen and talk. You just have to go do it. There's always that stigma where it's like if you cry out for help, you're a sissy, you're not a man. I mean, I got that example my whole life too. Real men drink beer and chew tobacco. They never cry, they never ask for help, blah, blah, blah. Just take that first step and talk to somebody. And I guarantee it'll change your life. It changed mine. So just take the step. Jump. You might like where you land.
Man Therapy was so successful that Joe decided to try the same thing, a recent pro-social campaign that they've developed aimed at college students. It's called You, Y-O-U, and here he talks about the You campaign.
I was very well aware of the issues that college students were dealing with, and it seemed to be becoming worse and worse. The stress and anxiety that comes along with a college life, being away from home, relationships, whether they're roommate or intimate relationships, the party scene with alcohol and drug abuse and how that can become a slippery slope and very dangerous, but the problems of depression and sexual health, and there are many things that a college student is dealing with, and that can interfere with their college experience. And so really had this epiphany one day about, well, what if we created a portal that was like a mental fitness center where students could go work on themselves and really think about their issues and their opportunities in life, and a portal that was uniquely developed just for them and was trying to help them get their arms around their own situation, and that was kind of the spark that led to it.
And the You campaign has been successful. It's really just getting started, and we've just got an image of the front end of the website, the opening of the website, and really you can navigate into the site based on what your interests are in terms of success as a human being, success psychologically and physically, and also career success. And so as you can see here, you can enter through the Succeed portal. It's how to succeed in your life, both physically and mentally, how to thrive in your career and things like that. And the mattering section really deals with philosophy, your philosophy of life, that sort of thing. You will share some information. Joe assures us that all that data will be kept private and only helpful to you.
So the site, we really have bent over backwards to ensure privacy, and that any information that a student puts in there will remain private. We won't sell their individual data to anybody. It's something that is very secure. We won't report it back to anybody on campus. It really is a place, social media, and that's where students usually go to connect and share information with everybody. This is really about working on yourself, and so we've protected that experience. So we are allowing students to customize their You page to their own situation. So they'll create a profile page, they can upload a photo, they can put their graduation date in there, and it'll help them really manage their college life on those three fronts. They can set goals, they can track how they're doing against those goals in those three areas of succeed, thrive, and matter. They can take reality checks in those three areas that'll really help assess where they are. And then what happens is it customizes all of the content. We have about 600 pieces of content on the website. And so either by just using a very quick search function of something that's on your mind, or by taking the reality check, it will organize that content for you. And it's full of campus resources and information and learning modules, very digestible information. And so and it saves that information, and it's something that we're hoping students will continually go back to and use it depending on whatever's on their mind at that point in time.
We will also give Joe the final word on the You campaign as he tells us a little more about how to do this.
So we wanted it to be very comprehensive. We wanted a freshman to feel just as connected and successful as a graduating senior. And we really wanted to map students in the moment, whenever they need it at 24/7, to the amazing campus resources that CSU makes available. So using the power of digital and a really elegant user experience, we're able to deliver those campus resources and learning modules and information to students in the moment when they need it to help them be successful on those three fronts.
So not all advertising is selling stuff. Sometimes they're selling ideas. Sometimes that is a pro-social idea, something that's meant to make the world a little better place to live. Cactus is providing a really nice example of that. So thanks to Joe Conrad and all the folks at Cactus for letting us get a glimpse of what it is that they do, and it's some really neat stuff.